I don't think it is in this with Akide is A-list.
But we have pundits who sit on radio and mention A-list and mention 4 or 5 people.
That's why I say
and leave these people out.
So it's the mentality, it's the understanding of A-list. I agree 100. Yes.
It boxes our artists.
Yes.
That's why I said all be yawa.
That's true.
As much as Kofi understands, it's not the public's view.
Yeah.
They don't think so.
The artists.
Yeah.
KMJ, these kids are rapping the kids. Ameuga is not like a popular rapper as Medicalis. But you have kids, right? Look, if you go to Asimfosu, Praso, those places, and you listen to them singing Kweku Smoke song, it will shock you. So what does this guy have to do now before you call him alien, before he breaks into, before maybe TGMA gives him the chance to come perform on the big stage and all that? Because it is our talkability. The things we say about these people, that will push them. If we keep saying, oh, we don't do he has to work hard, he has to work more. He's doing that. In the end started. Let's overhype our artists too, Charlie.
I'm actually happy that Kofi. Yeah, I'm actually happy that Kofi earlier has made us understand that these 4 S's that we keep on talking on being the A-listers, they are in legendary status. So we can't continue putting them in A-list. So I'm actually happy about that part. So OB2, I think it's high time that we really looked at it on a different angle. What is, as the public, as Ghanaians, what is our understanding on somebody who is an A-lister or an artist who's an A-list person? What do you know about it?
Kofi is a brand person as well. So I want to know, Kofi, how do we push these people there? How do we make the general public know that, oh, we know we had 4 people, but these people are also part of it, so we have to start making them feel like they are one.
Yeah, let's push them. Yeah.
I think, you know, at the end of the day, personally, I don't even think that there's so much. What we lack is an objective metric for measuring who becomes A-list and who doesn't become A-list. To some people, it's a matter of their personal preference. And once they like you, you are A-list to some people. But what we need to accept is that you would have to work to a certain level to be considered A-list. You know, Obi, if a serious investor has Black Sherif and Sarkodie, the investor would go for Black Sherif over Sarkodie. You know why? Serious investor knows that once you peak, there's not much money to make from you in the long term. But the investor also has to see a certain consistency in terms of progression in career to be able to invest in you.
Okay.
And some of the artists you have named, they are good, but they have not been consistent. So it's been hit and miss. Good song today, they get missing for a year, and then they come up. And typical example is Kweku Smoke, who I think is very talented. And also we have some artists, sometimes I feel, haven't put in enough work, even though they have smart talents. I think I've written about a few people in the past. But at the end of the day, we have to, Black Sherif, we've seen this guy do it for 3 or 4 years. Every album, every song, there's a certain quality to it. If at this stage you have to debate as to whether Black Sherif is an A-list artist, definitely then you don't understand what an A-list artist should be. Because over the past 4 years, he has been relatively successful than every Ghanaian musician. And at the end of the day, of course, we can't say he has been a successful Sarkodie career-wise, but you don't become A-list based on what you do in the entirety of your career. It's just about how good you are consistently over a period of time. And it is not a stopping place. It's not like you are left here and you are not growing. You grow based on the works you churn out. Look at this same Kweku Smoke. You know he has not been consistent. And so if you you hear a couple of songs from him, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's an A-list artist. Can you mention 10 Kweku Smoke songs?
Okay. Look, that is why I was saying that, you see, sometimes for us millennials, we may have lost touch with what these kids are producing now. we may have lost touch because we are more in tune with. We are at this point in our life where we listen to Sarkodie, we listen to subconscious music too. But if you go to the ground, that's what I'm saying. If you go to the ground, these kids are putting out the work. For somebody to be able to sing a rapper song word for word, you cannot tell me that that kid is not working hard. You cannot tell me that.
Okay.
When you listen to Kweku's most new album, I think Kweku Playman, or that the whole album, people are able to sing it word for word. Look, maybe his style is raw for some of us. And so we are unable to accept him into that category that we've branded our artists as. That's why I say that the A-list tag, it affects some people, but it shouldn't like be the broad description for all our musicians that you need to do this to a certain point. The metrics maybe have to change. The metric, because like on the streets, some of these songs that maybe Shatta Wale releases, maybe you, Kofi Che, do not know. But when Shatta Wale mounts the stage to sing these songs, the street sings these songs with him. So now, what metric are we using? By what metric are we measuring like popular songs?
Okay, Obi.
That's cool, who may not be, yeah.
Obi, okay, so Obi, gentlemen, so this is what we're going to do. Unfortunately, we can't continue now. Now, on Friday, we're trying to put all of you together. We'll get some events, our organizers. We'll try and raise people like George Quay, what they look out for in terms of who becomes the headliner for their shows and all of that. We'll raise some artists also on, both the old one and the A and the B and the C. And then we'll try and see how best we can all settle on something so that we make this conversation, you know, maybe a conversation.
Yeah, but KMJ.
Yes. We have to go. We want to say something?
Yeah, you know, I'm not a millennial. I was saving money to buy cassette. I saved money to buy cassettes, so I'm not a millennial.
Don't worry. We'll have that conversation on Friday. Kofi, we'll have that conversation on Friday when you come. We're definitely going to continue with that, but I'm grateful that you're able to join us this morning. Obi Amponsa and Kofi Che are joining us this morning here on the issue of A-list, B-list, C-list, all list. It's stressful, man.
It's very stressful. See, we have to read wide. We have to be very knowledgeable. We don't have to go with what the crowd is going. Just because the lot is going with this, we don't have to do the same. Okay? So I've loved this conversation.
I have.
But you know, a question I wanted to ask Kofi was, okay, so speaking about the consistency and all of that, if Sarkodie decides to go on a hiatus or a break for 2 years, would he still be maintained as a legendary?
Exactly the point. Chris Brown did the same thing. You know, Chris Brown went off for a while, came back, and is touring around, he's topping charts and all of that. So was he B when he went?
Exactly.
Like a couple of
and
years?
Now he's A or he's a legend now.
Rihanna, the same thing.
Please. Let's leave our artists breathe.